Hello students, welcome to the lecture on digital technological environment, and after the lecture we will be able to learn the following objectives. 1. Explain the concepts of digital technology. 2. Understand the intelligence technology. 3. Explain the characteristics of distinguishing digital marketing. 4. Define the primary technologies for digital marketing. 5. Understand the communication technology. And 6. Discuss the implications and issues of digital technology. Let's start with a brief introduction to digital technological environment. At their most fundamental level, digital technologies are an extension of the long history of the way one communicates with each other. The desire to communicate provides the motive and the ultimate rationale for the development of technologies of all sorts. Smart mobility will change the way people interact. Increasingly, smart devices, portable tools that connect to the internet have become a part of our lives. In the last quarter of 2010, sales of these smartphones outpaced those of PCs for the first time, according to data from IDC. Let's discuss the basic concept of digital technology. The term digital technologies is used to describe the use of digital resources to effectively find, analyze, create, communicate, and use information in a digital context. This encompasses the use of Web 2.0 tools, digital media tools, programming tools, and software applications. Digital marketing and digital technology. Using a variety of digital mediums, digital marketing is a form of advertising directed at those who use any type of new media resource. The concept of digital marketing is to leverage the vast array of media. Different types of media market analysis. Media market analysis is the process of reviewing the media and entertainment industry for a specific purpose. Companies may engage in this activity for a variety of purposes, such as finding new customers, discovering new market niches, or creating a new brand reputation. Digital marketing users internet-connected devices to engage consumers with online advertising, primarily through pull or push methods. Pull digital marketing. Pull digital marketing is characterized by consumers actively seeking marketing content. Consumers might use tactics including search engines, email newsletters, text messaging, or web feeds to search for brand information. Push digital marketing. Push digital marketing occurs when marketers send messages with or without the consent of the recipients. These digital marketing tactics include display advertising on websites and blogs. Benefits of technology. Technology has progressed by leaps and bounds in the last few decades, and its benefits are there for all to see. One of the biggest arguments against technology is that sometimes its ridiculously high cost limits its usage and places it out of reach for many people. Healthcare. Perhaps the single biggest beneficiary of advancing technology has been the healthcare sector. Medical research has led to the end of many diseases and ailments, and also to the discovery of many drugs and medications that have helped prevent many lethal diseases and disorders. Did you know the term digital marketing was first used in the 1990s? Education. It is no surprise that the benefits of technology in the classrooms and schools in general have opened up a whole new learning environment. Knowledge can be easily procured with the help of internet technology now, and it is easier to help children with special needs as well. Some more benefits of assistive technology that the educational sector has witnessed are personalized learning has come to the fore. Students can pick their own curriculum with ease and set their own personal targets. Distance learning has become much easier, and this has led to a rise in the number of people who receive education. E-learning and online education has made it very simple and systematic for an individual to receive personal attention so that all of his or her specific needs are fulfilled. Immediate response to queries and tests has made the whole education process a lot faster. The use of computers and technology in classrooms has opened up a whole new method of teaching and effective learning. Communication. The communication industry has witnessed a huge growth. People can communicate with each other on the move, and there are no limitations anymore to the benefits of information technology. Here are some more benefits. The speed of talking to one another is instantaneous. The mode of talking has become more personalized and can be done from just about anywhere. The world has become a smaller place since no one is out of reach anymore. The clarity of communication has also improved with improvements in audio quality and video quality. Information and news broadcasting has become more personalized as well. Moreover, it can reach more people at a faster speed, and people's response can also be felt immediately. Business. Companies have become more profitable with the help of various advanced machines and equipment, and this has led to a rise in the standard of living of people. Costs of production have fallen dramatically thanks to automated processes. Research and development has become far more advanced than ever, and this leads to the invention of groundbreaking technology. Company accounts and customer records can be easily stored and accessed, and this increases the market penetration of the business. Global collaborations and partnerships are easier to start and maintain, and this benefits everyone involved with international business. It has become easier to combat competition, and this has led to more choices for the consumer. Positive effects of technology on society. Technology runs in the veins of society. It is the fuel that drives our lives. It is an integral part of daily life. It has definitely benefited society. It has brought luxury in the life of every common man. Automation brought about by technology has saved human effort and time to a large extent. Some of the important areas where technology has brought a positive change are automation of processes in the industry and the household. Technology has automated many of the critical processes in the industry as well as the household. Imagine the amount of labor that must have been involved in industrial processes when the concept of automation did not exist. Changed modes of transport. Technology was the driving force behind the creation and design of the modern-day automobiles. Bicycles evolved into scooters and sports bikes. The idea of having four-wheeled modes of transport gave rise to the creation of cars. Modes of air and water transport came up thanks to technology. Reduced risk to human life. Machines have automated many crucial industrial processes. Machines are now taking up mundane jobs that were once done by human workers. Data management and information retrieval. Computer technology, needless to say, has changed the face of the world. Computers can store, organize, and manage huge amounts of data. and they can process large amounts of information. Impact on the entertainment and advertising industries. The internet has brought a positive change to the entertainment and advertising industries. Over the internet, advertisements can reach the masses within seconds. Internet advertisements have changed equations of the advertising industry. Onset of the digital age. There's hardly anything analog now. One lives in a digital world, a digital age. Talk pixels and bytes. The digitization of information has made it possible for us to store it in a compact form. Building new channels and reaching new markets. Achieving growth and reaching new markets have become more intertwined with the digital experiences that a company offers. Consider Starbucks and its successful mobile campaigns. The mobile app offered by Starbucks requires digital design and development expertise, in addition to the marketing activities involved. Technical understanding needed for digital marketing, responsive design, remarketing, marketing attribution, and data analytics require technical knowledge outside the realm of most marketing professionals. Digital technology requires a digital focus. The disruption of silos and liberation in digital technology. Today, consumers and the business depend upon the digital experiences offered by a brand. Without an adequate digital environment for conducting business, consumers and clients may be turned away from making purchases or hiring your services. Let's now talk about the primary technologies for digital marketing. The list of specific technologies that have relevance to digital marketing is very long and fast changing. These technologies are divided into the major categories: communication technology and intelligence technology. Communication technology. Communication technology enables important information to be expressed and delivered quickly. This can be accomplished from person to person, computer to person, or computer to computer.
When we define communication, communication is defined as the process of sending and receiving information. And it's very important, as you notice it's in red and underlined, very important to know that the message must not only be sent, but it also must be received. If we send a message and that message is not received, communication has not taken place. That's one of the reasons you'll find teachers in a normal school setting always wanting the kids to be paying attention, heads up, not sleeping or not looking around and visiting. They're not getting the information needed to complete the communication process. So it must be both sent and received. Now, when we define communication, talking would be communication, but it's not using a technology. So, according to the book that we're not going to use, communication technology would actually be a machine or something that is man-made. Talking would not fit into that. But talking on the phone would be communication technology. So there is a slight difference there. We want you to be aware of it. We're going to focus, since this is a technology class, on the use of technology to communicate, and that will be our major focus, although we do recognize that talking is an important part of communication. If you examine all the reasons why we communicate, you're going to find there are 5 basic reasons. Now, in the old days, I used to have my students gather together and research and think, why do we communicate? What are the reasons? And almost every time they got all of these, or at least 4 of them. The last one probably would not be one the normal person would think of. But we're going to talk about the reasons why we communicate, and they're divided into 5 main reasons, and almost everything will fit into these areas. Some of these you're going to be very, very familiar with. Others you might not think of. We are, after all, in the communication society, where the biggest and largest communication in our world today is communication. Some examples may apply to more than one reason as we go along. Now, this is where you want to put it in your notes. You'll notice on the left it says reason or method, and then on the right will be a short little area for you to write some examples. I'm not really concerned that you write all this out as long as you're aware and you know what the differences are. One of the reasons to communicate is to inform. Informing is to provide data so knowledge would be shared. Examples would be newspapers and magazines, television, cell phones, radio news, newsletters, your progress reports with your grades, instruction manuals, which we very rarely read, and scoreboards at games. Even writing a letter or note in class to another student would be normally communicating to inform. So this is one of the main reasons why we communicate. Sorry about that little delay right there. The second one is currently your main job is to get an education. So we educate. We communicate to educate. And educational information does not happen only in schools. As a matter of fact, if you only learn things in school, you're probably not going to be a very wise person. I think there needs to be a balance of school and other things in life that you learn from. Your greatest learning period is going to be the age of birth to 1 year. And while you don't think you knew a lot or learned a lot in that first year, you actually learned quite a few things that are now just pretty much common for you that you don't even think about. Examples would include public radio and television, history and discovery channels, textbooks, internet sites, and a lot of other things. Internet sites you will find will pertain to a lot of the different things that we're talking about. The third reason why we communicate, and I think it greatly impacts young people in today's world, is to persuade. It often affects us without our knowledge. We like Coke or we like Pepsi, and we really might not know why. It might be our family drinks it. It might be the advertising. It could be any number of things. Years ago, there was a test done between Coke and Pepsi. Coke actually came out and told everybody that they'd conducted a study that said consumers prefer Coke over Pepsi. Not surprising since they sponsored it. A few months later, Pepsi came out and said that they conducted a survey and found out that people preferred Pepsi over Coke. Again, not surprising, but which one is right and which one is wrong? Well, come to find out years later, the way that the studies were conducted affected the persuasion of the people. Coke, when they did their taste test, they gave everybody a full can of Coke and Pepsi, and the consumer found out that drinking a whole can of Pepsi got a little bit sweet, and they chose Coke. When Pepsi did their study, they gave everybody just a little shot glass of each item, and people preferred Pepsi because they weren't getting that excessive amount of sugar in it. So a lot of times we can manipulate information and we don't even know why. This is very, very common with politicians when it comes time to run for office. Examples of persuasion would be billboards and signs, radio and television commercials, magazine and other advertisements, newspaper and magazine editorials. And again, I would never tell you what you should drink, what you should eat, what you should wear, anything like that. I just want you to learn to recognize how they're trying to influence you to buy their product. And if you then choose to buy that product, that's your choice, and you're welcome to it. Probably the main reason among young people is to communicate is to just have fun, entertainment, to do things and just enjoy them. It's not on my list here, but I would say using a cell phone is quite a bit of entertainment among young people today, texting back and forth. Television and radio, movies, DVDs, music, any type of music, if you go to the concert, if you just listen to the stereo, your iPods, whatever it might be. Any entertainment system that you choose or like or enjoy would be a form of entertainment. Going to concerts and plays, and then of course a variety of internet sites again. The last reason in here is probably the one that you would not recognize if you had to think about it without putting a lot of thought into it, and that would be to control, using something to control the actions of something else. And when we're talking about this, we're normally talking about machines. Examples would be when your computer sends information to a printer or a plotter, your scanner scanning something for the computer, the computer operating robotics, or the computer to a CNC machine, which in the physical classroom in our school, we use that for the robo-control machine. Now, when we talk about communication, we're always going to talk about a media, and a media is just an example of a method of communication technology. On the left, you have a symbol for the internet. On the lower left, you have a newspaper. In the middle, you have a satellite relaying information back and forth. In the upper right, you have snail mail, which is really rapidly losing its business. And then you have a radio tower in the lower right. All of these would just be different types of media. And that's what we're going to do a little activity on for your grade.
Computer Telephony Integration, CTI. CTI, Computer Telephony Integration, or sometimes simply computer telephony, is the use of computers to manage telephone calls. The term is used in describing the computerized services of call centers, such as those that direct your phone call to the right department at a business one is calling. Electronic Data Interchange, EDI. Electronic Data Interchange, or EDI, refers to the transmission of data between organizations via electronic means. Although this includes email, EDI also applies to much more than that. Email. Email is not only alive, it's the #1 direct channel in terms of daily use and consumer preference for both personal and marketing communications. Email is thriving thanks in a large part to the channel's familiarity, flexibility, and universality. Intelligence technology. Intelligence comes from external sources, but it may also be contained within the organization, explicitly or tacitly, if it has already been acquired by an internal party. Firms need to be able to find and use this information quickly and easily, as well as acquiring the information they need from external sources. Interactive voice response. Interactive voice response, IVR, is an automated telephony system that interacts with callers, gathers information, and routes calls to the appropriate recipient. An IVR system, IVRS, accepts a combination of voice telephone input and touch-tone keypad selection and provides appropriate responses in the form of voice, fax, callback, email, and perhaps other media. Internet search engine. Internet search engines are special sites on the web that are designed to help people find information stored on other sites. There are differences in the ways various search engines work, but they all perform these basic tasks. They search the internet or select pieces of the internet based on important words.
Hi, in this video tutorial we're just going to very briefly cover off the difference between an internet browser and a search engine. Basically, an internet browser is software that's located in the hard drive of your computer, and it's that software that enables you to connect to the internet. So to use an internet browser you are required to enter a hard address, so a www.nameofyourdomainname.com.au or .com. Alternatively, you can enter an IP address, which is a series of numbers. If you do enter an incorrect address into an internet browser, it will give you an error message such as the one that you can see in front of you as an example, where it advises you that the browser is unable to locate the website or web page that you've specified in the address bar. The most common browsers that are used today include Internet Explorer, which is the Microsoft Internet browser, which is located on most Microsoft machines. There's also Safari, which is used by Apple computers. That looks like a little compass, and you can see it on the screen in front of you. Firefox is another option that people download from the internet. It's been built by a community of developers, and it's a very popular independent browser. And finally, there's Google Chrome, which is a fairly new release in the scheme of internet browsers. It's obviously a Google browser, and it's available across both PC and Mac platforms. So to explain how a browser works, a person has a computer, and inside that computer is a piece of software called an internet browser. In this instance in front of you, there's an Apple Macintosh that would have a Safari browser as part of its a suite of standard applications. The person would click on that compass. If you were in PC, or you might click on Internet Explorer, and that would connect you to the internet, provided you had a data connection, a broadband connection, or some other type of data connection from your telecommunications provider that connected you as well. So that software works with your broadband to connect you to the internet. Once you are connected to the internet, you can take advantage of the web search engines that are located there. That includes Google, but it also includes Bing, which is the Microsoft equivalent, or Yahoo. In some parts of the world, Yahoo's already been turned off, and it will continue to be decommissioned as it gets absorbed by the Bing search function. If you're in China, you might be using Baidu. So you might use a host of second-tier search engines as well. Most of those pull their feeds from one of the major engines.
Marketing implications are the perceived way of figuring out how to get to the target audience. For marketers, it is important to know how consumers make purchase decisions. Using research techniques, they can identify how customers view themselves, then choose products and promotion options that can be used. Here are a few of the ways that technology can harm the environment. Pollution. Air, water, heat, and noise pollution can all be caused by producing and using technology. Consuming resources. Not renewable resources, including precious metals like gold, are used to make technology. Many others, such as coal, are consumed to generate the electricity to use technology. Waste. Manufacturing technology creates large amounts of waste, and used computers and electronics get thrown out when they break or become outdated. Called technotrash. These electronics contain all sorts of hazardous materials that are very unsafe for the environment. Disrupting ecology. Clearing land where animals used to live to build factories and allowing pollution to contaminate the food chain can greatly affect the environment's natural cycles. Health hazards. Using toxic materials that can harm our health can cause cancer, and technology addiction can lead to other health problems like obesity and carpal tunnel syndrome. Now, in the end, let us summarize what we have learned in this lecture. Business intelligence, which enables organizations to gather quantifiable data on each area of the organization and analyze it in a way that yields information they can act on, helping them enhance decision making, improve performance, mitigate risk, and sometimes even create new business models, is growing in importance. The term digital technologies is used to describe the use of digital resources to effectively find, analyze, create, communicate, and use information in a digital context. Marketing departments across various industries are dependent on digital technology for managing content, reaching market segments, and conducting market research with the help of analytics. Communication technology in business consists of closed networks, telephones, video, internet connections, email, and any other electronic form of sending and receiving messages. Marketing implications are the perceived way of figuring out how to get the target audience. Email is not only alive, it's the #1 direct channel in terms of daily use and consumer preference for both personal and marketing communications.